What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. In this video here today, we're going to be going over the clip that came out on the official social media pages, highlighting the main cast, asking them the very important question, are they the killer or are you the killer? And going over the last names that were introduced, because that's what many of us were giddy about, is the last names. I'm going to go through all the main characters, and then I will talk about why I think this is misleading, or it seems to be misleading. I'm going to highlight why this seems misleading. I'm not going to talk about Ray and Julie because they were given, but starting off here with Ava Brooks, played by Chase Wonders, so we know her last name is now Brooks. She is the lead of this new group. She is our Julie James 2.0. I would like to think that she's the one with the most self-awareness when it comes to the accident. You'll find out why in a few short weeks. She has a romantic history with another character named Milo Griffin, played by Jonah King, who has teased that we can expect several other surprises featured throughout this film, and I can say with absolute confidence that he is not lying. This film has a lot of surprises that you are not ready for. So, all we know about Milo is that he has a thing for this climate influencer, which again, that was a code name for another character. And one other tidbit is that he isn't into Ava's whole choke me daddy thing that she picks up a year later after this accident. Then we have Stevie Ward, played by Sarah Pigeon. Notice her last name, is not Bronson or James. She is not Julie and Ray's daughter. She does not belong to either one of them, in fact. Again, she's simply an employee for Ray at his business. This is a refreshing take when it comes to this legacy stuff, as we've got enough familiar storylines in other franchises. I'd like to think that Stevie is the Max and Ray double whammy, like a combination of those two. She just doesn't come off as privileged as the others. Plus, she's the only one working with Ray, a man with a struggling business. So again, she seems to be quite underprivileged compared to her peers, is all I will say. Then you have Tyler, played by Gabriette. I will tell you this about Tyler. Tyler is bound to be a fan favorite, if not Danica. Audiences are going to remember Tyler. If you're not clamoring or clinging to Danica, you will be clinging to Tyler. I can see it now. She's in town on an assignment. She's also a fan of an OG character, but you'll find out more and who that is in a few short weeks. Then you have Danica Richards, who is played by Madeline Klein. She is emphatically Helen Shivers 2.0. Trust me when I say she has a major similarity to Helen. She's got a romantic history with Teddy Spencer, who we know is played by Tyreek Withers. We can see them interacting during the promos I've been dropping, but in the trailer, she snuggled up to a guy named Wyatt. So clearly, there was some trouble in paradise, and she went to the Wyatt family. But as we know, Wyatt won't last long, so perhaps she's just going to be jumping right back to Teddy. It's only right. Teddy and her are the most privileged characters in this group. Remember that. They are the most privileged. Teddy has major connections in this town. You'll find out what that means when the film drops. So, these were our suspects. And of course, they tossed in the legacy characters, Julie and Ray, during this too. But this just seems quite misleading, if you ask me. For one, the suspect list left off Pastor Judah, likely played by Austin Nichols, and the public official, played by Billy Campbell. And what about Lola Tung and Nicholas Chavez? Don't be surprised if they are purposely misleading you, and one of the individuals left off of this list, that's who you should really have your eyes on, not anyone in this video. Just throwing that out there. Maybe that's what they're trying to do here. The other individual left off of this list is SC. If you saw my tweet yesterday, I asked, where is SC? A lot of you wanted to be funny. Well, two of you wanted to be funny for you Disney kids out there. You thought Scott Calvin was in this film. No, Tim Allen is not in this film. If he is, I don't know about that. So it's not Scott Calvin. It is not Santa Claus. I will tell you this. SC is the new BW. That is who SC is. And if you know who BW is, then you know who SC is. SC is very important to this story. That's why I was saying, well, where is SC? Perhaps SC is the killer. That's something to consider. But what did you guys think about that clip? Are you still looking forward to the legacy sequel of I Know What You Did Last Summer? Are you still not liking the fact that Julie James isn't the lead? You guys have to help me understand that still. Why should Julie James be the lead with no other story left to tell? What story would you concoct for Julie when Ben Willis is dead? What story would you concoct? Would you just go down the route of maybe somebody found out all of the things that happened all those years ago and they're upset how their life turned out, which is a theory I proposed, which you can go down that route. But outside of that, how would you bring Julie back? Nobody's really given me a sound argument on how you can bring Julie back as the main character. With a narrow narrative like that, that's when you have to start to engage with the reality of it all. It's too narrow to keep doing sequels with just Julie. You're going to get nowhere with that. She has such a narrow narrative. So what would you do with such a narrow narrative if you're someone who believes that they could have told another story with Julie at the forefront? What would you have done? I think they're doing the right thing. I think a lot of people are going to be split on the outcomes. I think a lot of people are going to be in love with the direction they take. I also want to compliment how, going off of this clip and the other things that have come out, this looks like it's going to be a visually pleasing film. Again, it's from the same cinematographer who did The Night House. I need to revisit that film. Such a beautiful story in that movie. But are you looking forward to I Know What You Did Last Summer? Let me know why or why not down in the comment section below. And again, SC is the new BW. If you're still lost on that, BW, of course, is Ben Willis. SC is the new Ben Willis. I am not going to tell you this person's name. That is all you will get. SC is very important to the story. They are our new Ben Willis. So you're not going to have to worry about Ben Willis crumbs coming back up in this latest entry. We're going down a completely new path while still keeping the past relevant. That's all. What are your guys' box office predictions for this movie as well? Let me know that down below, because we're going into July almost, and this trailer on YouTube, not that it hasn't gotten up views elsewhere, but the trailer on YouTube hasn't even hit 2 million views. That's a bit concerning. And I would like to think that does correlate to box office to a degree, because of the fact that the Final Destination trailer, that viewership ended up being quite prevalent in the box office turnout. So if no one is really checking for the previews of I Know What You Did Last Summer, what does that say about the argument that I was giving constantly in my older videos? No one seems to care about I Know What You Did Last Summer. You could argue that they're just not marketing enough, but they're about to pick it up this month, and we're going to see how much people care about this franchise. A franchise that, again, has been dead for nearly 20 years. It's just not as big as Scream and Halloween and everything else. But for some reason, people thought that it was. Don't know why. Let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to all of my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course, to let me know if there are any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.